Well, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night. I think this is going to be a terrific matchup between, obviously, two top 25 teams or top 20 teams. And Oklahoma State, in particular, is playing really good basketball. So I think it's going to be a tremendous challenge for our team. Really pleased that we were able to overcome some, I guess you would call them road demons, but I'm proud of our team and the fact that they were able to get the road game at K-State and then be able to get Iowa State at home, on their home court also. I think Oklahoma State is really good. The more I watch them on film, I thought they were good the first time we played them. They were playing great on a roll. They had obviously just beaten Baylor, and I think that we had one of those special games up there in Stillwater where, and when you look back on film, just about everything we threw up went in. So I thought we played a pretty, not a perfect game. Obviously, you don't ever play perfect, but it was good. And I think it'll be the same kind of challenge for us. They're playing really good, probably as good as anybody in the league. So it's going to be a tough night for us tomorrow night.
Coach, how hard is it to convince your players of that mindset when you beat a team by 30? I mean, it's easy to say that, but then when you think back on it.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things. First of all, I encourage them to, obviously we look at film, but we break it down. But I did encourage our players after I looked back at the film on Sunday for themselves to look at it. And not, I guess that could work in their favor. But I was hoping that it would work in our favor in a sense that we were so active. And I guess I thought our wheels were really turning that day in Stillwater. And I think we're not playing at that same pace right now and with that same level of intensity. So I actually encouraged our players to make sure before Wednesday that we actually took a look at that film again individually. But on the flip side of that, I do think that it's a different day. They're very confident, and now at this point, everybody we play is playing for seeding, or in their case, I think they can win the conference championship. So it'll be a different story.
I was wondering how you juggle that confidence, overconfidence.
I don't think we'll be overconfident at all. I think confidence is a good thing, and the fact that you matched up with that team and were able to do some positive things, I would think would help our confidence level going into Wednesday night. I think the league is so interesting from a matchup perspective, and there are teams that we play against that, for whatever reason, are we don't necessarily think it's a great matchup, and so I definitely think that our players should have some confidence about that.
You talked about the sense of urgency after your last game. Were you referring to anything specifically? Because the team's still playing well.
I was just getting ready to say that's where we beat our dead horse as coaches, and you're trying to find that edge, and you want your players to be so good, and you want to reach your potential that I think sometimes you can nitpick a little bit. I don't think we're playing with the same speed, I guess, that maybe we did, and maybe that's the rigors of the Big 12 season, because we are in that last grind part of it. But I also think when I look back at the Iowa State film, we actually did some pretty good things. We executed, took good shots, other than the last stretch of the second quarter, and the ball just didn't go in. And I thought that where we made a difference in the Iowa State game was in the second half. Kind of just threw it to the wind and said, okay, we'll quit worrying about whether it's going in or not, and we'll just go get the rebound if it doesn't. And I thought that gave us some spark. And so it wasn't as bad as I probably thought it was once I looked at it on film.
So you're not playing at the same speed. What are some things you do to try to get them back there? Do you rest them?
Well, we got some rest last week because we had the bye on Wednesday, so some of it's probably just the rigors of the league. When I looked at that Iowa State game, Oklahoma State, that was the third game we played, something like that. And, you're still on go in the Big 12. And then all of a sudden the middle of February hits and you're trying to see that last end of the tunnel before you get to the conference tournament. And that could be part of it. Mental. It's a little bit mental and not wanting to make mistakes as we get down the stretch. And you want to be good and you want to win. And I mean, I don't ever question our players' desire to win. Their coachability, all of those things never come into question for me. It's just how do you keep your team on edge?
You mentioned acceptable turnovers and not acceptable turnovers. The ones that are not acceptable, have you figured out?
I think we're.
Strategy to avoid that kind of thing?
Oh, no, I don't think. I think we sometimes always wonder about those things because it is such a fine line, especially with our team, which is that we're better when we play fast, but sometimes we're throwing the ball up in the bleachers when we're doing that. So, but I mean, again, I don't like turnovers, but I do like when we push the basketball because I think we're better.
You got a really good game from Ariel over the weekend.
Mhm.
Is she getting back to where you need her to be, and she can be a real difference maker kind of down the stretch?
I think so. I do think that she's feeling her timing is getting better. Her comfort with her teammates and what we expect of her is getting so much better, and I think you could see that. You could kind of see it coming probably a week or two ago. I thought she was starting to kind of, a TCU game actually was the game that I thought Ariel kind of looked like Ariel again, and then I thought obviously Saturday in Iowa she made a tremendous difference for us.
What's Taylor's situation?
I don't know today. I haven't seen her today or the trainer, but I feel comfortable that she'll be back very soon. Not sure about tomorrow yet, but very soon. It was mild.
Coach, with losses by South Carolina and Maryland last night, what is your program's stance on capitalizing those misfortunes by those teams and an opportunity for your program to make a statement on a national level?
Well, I think that you just worry about Oklahoma State right now. I mean, we can't get caught up in, and I don't think we are caught up in what we're ranked or any of that. I mean, I think we're cognizant of the seeding opportunity for our team, and I wouldn't want to say that we're not. And that, back to the stress levels and all of those things, you don't want to talk about it too much because we want to just keep doing what we're doing and not get too wound up about any of it. But I mean, we're aware that, if we continue to win, then it helps our seeding in the tournament, which is what this is all about.
By that same token, do you kind of pay attention last night when teams above you lose?
I didn't even think about that, honestly. I didn't watch the Maryland game very closely because our men were playing, and it was a good game. But I did watch the UConn South Carolina game, and it was unfortunate that Asia got hurt, and it was a good game, and that's really all I thought about. I didn't think about the rankings at all.
Kurt, why does UConn for women's basketball win 60 in a row? Does that dampen anything to them because they're so good and so dominant? Tricky question.
It's hard because you have to admire what they've done. Just tired of them winning. We all are, but you have to, on the flip side of that, you have to admire that they stay as competitive as they do, year in and year out.
You think it's time for Gino to retire?
Yeah, he needs to go somewhere else. Maybe he can take the Knicks job.
Coach, after Amani would probably say she didn't have her best game on Saturday, how do you keep her mentally in the zone? Because you obviously are going to need her coming up tomorrow.
Just continue to have her work in practice. I think that her reps in practice need to be really valuable. We're not practicing as long or as hard at this point in the year as we did earlier. So I think her reps have to be really quality, as all of our players do. And she just has to push that reset button, as I think some of the other players did. If we go into a game and somebody's complete focus is to take away Amani, then first of all, she needs to understand that it's opening up something for another player, which it did in both of the last two games. Obviously, Ariel got a lot of points in that mid-range area where no one was at. And then you look at Brooke, who, people are making a conscious decision to not let her shoot the basketball, but Selena gets open shots and other people do. So it's what being on a team is all about, and I think Amani has that in perspective. She just needs to be really diligent about her reps in practice to keep herself sharp and not let herself wander off a little bit because she's not getting the ball as much.
Brittany Martin might be the MVP in this league. What makes her a special player, and who gets the assignment?
The team. I can answer that completely. The team gets the assignment. But Brittany is an incredible competitor that, gosh, you watch her on film, and I mean, even when our team watches her, players are funny about giving other players props sometimes, but they admire her, and I can tell that our players really have a lot of respect for the way she plays the game. I think what makes her really special is that she doesn't take any plays off. She doesn't get distracted or discouraged if she doesn't make a shot. She just goes, she goes and gets the rebound. I think she's now leading the league in rebounding. So we're talking about scoring and rebounding. She's not far ahead of Imani right now and a few others in the rebounding category. But just the fact that she expends that much energy into scoring and getting rebounds says a lot for her work ethic. She's a tremendous player.
Piggybacking off the Imani question, you said a little while ago that maybe the team is feeling the rigors of the Big 12. At this point last year, Imani hadn't played a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm not even sure if she had even started yet a game. Is she one that you have to worry about the rigors of affecting her more than someone else?
I don't think so. I mean, just because Imani didn't play last year doesn't mean that she didn't train properly. I mean, I actually think her base may be a little bit better this year because she was able to do some training that was in the water or on a different kind of treadmill and those types of things that I think actually helped her base this year. I think Imani's fine. I mean, people are just making a decision to sort of try to take her out of the game. They're attacking her, and she's just got to be a little bit smarter about her fouls and be a little bit more disciplined with how she's playing, because we went through a stretch of games where she was just floating around everywhere doing whatever she wanted just about, and I mean, I think that's changed a little bit.
Kurt wants to know what you thought of the officiating in the men's game last night. Shaka wouldn't answer.
I don't think I'm supposed to answer that either.
Can't find you.
It was a good game.
They can't find you.
Karen, do you
I
talk
don't-
about winning the league a lot, or is it a big prize at the end of the
We talk about winning the league. We do. We talk about that being a goal. It's just another step. I mean, the seniors talk a lot about leaving a legacy, and I definitely think that they feel like that would be a big piece of it if they were able to have that opportunity. But again, we're in a difficult stretch right now where we better just take one day at a time. I mean, we're playing a team tomorrow that thinks they can win the league, and then we'll probably play a team on Sunday that thinks they can, so this is a tough stretch for us.
Do you expect a gift when you go to Oklahoma?
No, I don't. I expect they'll have something celebratory for them, which is what always happens when we go somewhere else. I think everybody likes to celebrate something when Texas comes to town.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank y'all.